I'm gonna actually. So here's the thing. I'm gonna actually show how crazy these people are. I'm gonna. Here's that entire video. AI lazy to actually record my voice line. I was too lazy to actually record my voice line. It says, "Yeah, lazy lie about John Cena having with his wife." It says, "I didn't lie. I made an educated guess." Not educated guess. The scene is only him kissing her in a fictional world. He says, Gunn is friends with two convicted. And there you go. And this. Only one got convicted. I stated in the video, settled in court. So he technically not convicted though. That doesn't mean he's innocent. Also, healthy man is being sarcastic. This, yeah. And then I think I can point out this one right here. It says because the prime this oh that's pretty cool. But I'm just doing this just to point out that these crazy people is like because autism behavior. You're obsessed over a child IP. You keep reposting this, and there's like you did a whole video on him. You don't know how autism works. There is more to autism than what you just said. Albert Einstein is autistic. And he says, and then he says, Einstein got the I'm good at math autism. You got the I like pretty colors autism. You're mentally so yeah. This is crazy. Yeah. These people I'm gonna actually go to the actual post because for some reason it's not. Wait, hold on. The newest. Okay, show more. There you go. Here's the whole thing. There you go. Einstein got this, and then it's like, nope, I am not autistic, but okay. You are the one that doesn't know what a registered offender is. Nope, I'm not. Yeah. See, I just kept going from there. But if you really want to know what I was talking about through that, I'm gonna say there you go.
This is James Gunn.
Here is the post I am referring to. Those 12 comments. So I'm gonna read this one. Guns Project. You seen them all. I love when they went to space in Slither, or that Scooby Doo aliens. What when Dawn of the Dead blew up a planet. You see my point. He didn't steal the idea, only rewrote the script and changed a lot of it. John Cena only kissed. I was gonna say her. Didn't have sex. DC is not a children's IP. It has R-rated movies and shows. It's a franchise and not just an IP. And here it is. DC is an IP, children's IP. Pedophiles like, okay, there you go. And here's I'm gonna do this gun. A bunch of nobodies who, okay. I'm gonna say this right here. It's already looks like no, like no. I like the art. Snyder isn't all good either. Snyder doesn't do anything to shut down the toxic fandom review bombing and sent death threats and even led to people's death. I think there are no perfect people. Gunn is odd, but he started out in trauma films. So like that was an example of him starting out as like a weird kind of artsy kind. I am fine, nothing bad on me. I think both sides are toxic, but I mainly see toxic Snyder fans. If you like Snyder, that is fine. I am just against the grifters that lie about the movie they hate. Like this isn't about Snyder versus Gunn. Like it, it is sort of because he keeps bashing on Gunn and like doesn't mention anything about like an equivalent. It's like I'm about Gunn being a non whose work is first off not that good. It's pretty awful. I am 95% certain you're autistic, and that is why you like what he puts out. He his his more recent work is just Guardians of the Galaxy, but with a fresh coat of paint each time. You bring up trauma yet don't get why that isn't a good excuse. Trauma is basically a bunch of making such this. And James Gunn obsessed with kids, assault, and incest. This. Not autistic. I just need genuine facts. He is not a registered pedo. He didn't do anything against the law. Him being seen with crazy people doesn't mean he knew all the crazy stuff. Sad you fall for the hate. Many reviews and people love the Superman movie. You not you not liking it is fine. People have their own opinion. Rotten Tomatoes show people love the movie. It won Best Movie of the Year in IGN, which is facts. It did win Best Movie of the Year at IGN. Got nominated for many awards. If Gunn is a real pedo, that means Zack Snyder trusted him. I don't care if you hate Gunn and his movies. Sorry for trusting you for being neutral. Most re- rewatched movie of on Letterboxd, which is true. Superman was the most watched movie and rewatched movie on Letterboxd. Google TV shows it was the most streamed movie. You have your opinions. Ezra Miller is very bad and has proof. Amber Heard went to court. My point is Snyder should stop the toxic people that attack people for having different opinions. You seem to be attacking my opinions. And he says his screenshot your he screenshot your comment on his channel as usual. This is manipulating the topic. No, I screenshot just to show how crazy this thing is. And I didn't realize you needed to be registered at birth to be in this kind of this right here, this comment right here kind of proves he doesn't know what he's talking about because I just disproved it right when it's like, no, I mean register as a sex offender by law. When people and those people need to warn the neighborhood and be publicly registered so everyone in the world would know. You called me autistic and you don't know sex offenders need to register as one. So this proof right here kind of proves that I know more about that whole thing, being a predator and all that. I know how the law works on there. And he says, no, I think he's just autistic and really enjoys Superman. I mean, he's at least defending the art more than the actions of the artist. Yeah, I like the art, not the artist, but at the same time, there's no proof of any of that crazy stuff that he says. It's only tweets and stuff, and yeah, damn, bro. You didn't need to kick the. Well, he is already down. It's like, and then I responded, "No, I like the art. Snyder isn't all good either." And then that's the thing. And then this isn't about Snyder. This. So that's. So for some reason, this is like repeated. Yeah. For some reason, it's been repeated a lot, but I don't know what's going on with that. Comments being repeated, copy and paste was kind of crazy, but yeah, that was my whole point. My whole point was these people are crazy, and I, I genuinely don't know what's going on with all of that, and I don't get it. But overall, that's pretty good, and I'm gonna just quickly.
Está buscando a ver si contenido. ¿Qué pasa?
I don't think I've ever been more excited than I am right now. So, breaking news. James Gunn, we all know about the Mr. Miracle animated show based on the Tom King miniseries. Well, James Gunn just announced on his Twitter that yes, the Mr. Miracle animated show based on the Tom King miniseries will be set in the DCU. Let's go.
That's awesome. So it's not Elseworld, so that's a good thing.
The synopsis has been released on Twitter, the description. Go ahead and read it. Get excited for yourself. And this means that Darkseid.
Synopsis of new Mr. Terrific. The new series follows Scott Free, the world's greatest escape artist, known to the world as Mr. Miracle, whose perfect life with his warrior wife, Big Barda, falls apart when their two home worlds, Apocalypse and New Genesis, go to war, and Scott's cruel adoptive father, Darkseid, appears to have captured the ultimate weapon, anti-life equation, that will give him total dominance over the universe. So that's
is going to be the main antagonist, which also means Darkseid will be introduced in the DCU. Now, obviously, we got a little taste of Darkseid in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but this Darkseid is going to be just as evil and sadistic, and the complicated relationship between him and Mr. Miracle, the new gods, they're going to be a huge factor in this story. Who are you going to cast as Mr. Miracle and Big Barda?
So this is going to be even bigger than the Zack Snyder stuff, because Zack Snyder thing was only Darkseid being like the main big guy and then just nothing else really. And this is going to show the new god Genesis and all that stuff.
Again, the Tom King miniseries of Mr. Miracle, it's dark, it's sad, but it's also hopeful. And it deals with, again, the complicated relationship between Darkseid and the new gods. Oh my God, bro. Like, this is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see this. The fact that Darkseid is going to be in the DCU.
Yeah.
So many opportunities. And I'm just excited. I'm thrilled. Again, if you haven't read the Mr. Miracle Tom King graphic novel, do it right now. Do your homework. Get excited. And it's going to be dark. It's going to be mature, probably R-rated. And that's the way it should be, because the graphic novel goes there. Yeah. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited to see the new gods in live action. Darkseid, Mr. Miracle. James Gunn, you beautiful bastard. Cannot wait for this. It's going to be amazing. So that's going to be it. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's going to expand upon the DC universe. And yeah, overall, that's good news for everybody. Yeah, and before anything really happens, I'm gonna show you this right here. Proof he doesn't know how to register. End up doing some crazy stuff. Jail. Yeah, see, I screenshot just to show how crazy these are. See, I shared this, people promoting things like this. So I had to school him on that. Like, actors spoil stuff all the time, like by accident. No matter how big they are, there's always an accident. It's like more Superman love. Why do people say everyone hates the movie? Yet another Superman love right here. It's like more and more people love the movie. So the post I shared through Tyrone Skyberg, he deleted it for some reason, but my post is still here. This was a recent post right here, so I'm guessing he deleted it because he knows he did this and all that, maybe. But overall, yeah, the person doxed me. Okay, I'm gonna do Highbone Skyberg. I'm gonna see if his account is still visible for me. So might have not blocked me. So there's more hate on that. I'm gonna yeah, so there's more hate on that. I'm just gonna do this right here. Hi, I just wanted to share how crazy these people are. Chris, did you see some of my comments right here? These people are pretty crazy overall. I was like, you crazy as hell if you think studio cuts don't change films. Cuts destroy all films. I always want to see the director's original vision. I didn't say studio. I'm only saying some studio cuts. The studio cuts do change a lot. You change a lot. Batman ever cut. The mask vectors cut change. Studio cut too. So don't put words in my mouth. So he says, you crazy as hell if you if you think studio cuts don't change films, studio cuts destroy all films. I always want to see the director's original vision or director's cut. So, an example of studio cut changing much is Superman. Minutes. Only having a few minutes extra. So there you go. He thinks studio cuts. He thinks I said there's no studio cut that is not different in anything at all and stuff like that. But I responded, I didn't say studios don't change films a lot. I'm only saying some studio cuts don't change much, but other studio cuts do change a lot. Like I hear Batman Forever cut is very different. I hear Son of the Mask director's cut is very different to the studio cut. So don't put words in my mouth. An example of studio cut not changing much is Batman v Superman only having a few minutes extra. So that's my prime example of that. And here is another thing I replied, might as well subscribe, bro. Nope, I'm not gonna subscribe. It's like, might as well subscribe, bro. It's like, nope, I am only criticizing you. So yeah, hold on real quick. So yeah, that's how it works overall. I'm actually just trying to. There you go. Here's what's paramount. You think after. That was canceled. I'm commenting to this guy right here, the film god Zack Snyder 1. And I did recommend him talking about other Zack Snyder movies because so far he only talks about DC stuff. And what's weird is this guy right here, he just keeps attacking me, you know? So I just had to expose these crazy people overall. So I did this. It's like, nope, I am not autistic, but okay. You are the one that doesn't know what a registered offender is and all that stuff. So I had to destroy some of these guys' opinions, because this is just really funny that these people think that they're right all the time. And yeah, Shine Comics, Japanese writers, American writers. Even though my character is extremely powerful, he is always to defeat. There will always be someone stronger than him with better and strong. Boring. How boring it would be if my character was so powerful that no one could kill him. It's like American writers. My character are the most powerful. No one can defeat them because they are super strong and intelligent. If Superman is in even a little damage, he will go to the sun to recharge and become invincible, while Batman already has a plan to defeat. Pretty much, both are peak though. Whatever. But yeah, it is kind of true, especially for the Zack Snyder situation. But yeah. But yeah, overall, it's pretty crazy. Oh, there you go.
This popped up. All right. So this popped up today. It says Zack Snyder's Man of Steel is being review bombed on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb just as James Gunn's Superman is about to hit theaters. Most of these sudden reviews are from faceless, brand new accounts spreading the same tired, biased negativity. It's obvious that it's just that it isn't genuine criticism. It's a targeted hit job by trolls and extreme gun fans trying to rewrite legacy of Snyder's DC films. Guys.
They're crazy.
And Dr. Brando here says, why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? I did a little research. Now, you go over to Rotten Tomatoes. See Rotten Tomatoes right here. Nice little Rotten Tomatoes right here. And it's not hard to do. Anybody can do this. Now, you can see this is currently the Man of Steel Rotten Tomatoes. Now, you guys know, Man of Steel, favorite superhero film. Say it all the time. Love it. Number one superhero film. I watch it more than I probably should. I love this movie. We know that the critic score isn't great, but the fan score isn't half bad. 75%. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Has 250,000 plus ratings. That is a crap ton of ratings. So let's click it. So June 9th. Got 5 stars. June 9th. 5 stars. June 9th, 5 stars. June 9th, 5 stars. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Today's June 9th, right? Today's June 9th. Let's do something real quick. This person's only ever rated one thing. Interesting. Let's just pick another June 9th-er. Emmanuel B. Interesting. They've only ever rated one movie before. Let's just pick one more. All right?
Yeah.
One more. We'll go this Paul H. Few all. Okay.
Guy only reviewed one thing.
Yeah. Doesn't look like they've ever reviewed any other movie. Interesting. Yeah. So, who's review bombing what? In what direction? Now, granted, scroll down a little bit. Oh, this one was at least smart and made it only 4 stars, but that was way back on June 1st. But where's the negative reviews?
Yeah.
There's no negative reviews.
Proof that people are lying.
None.
Exactly. Doesn't really make sense, right?
Oh, wait. Way back on March 4th, there is.
Yeah.
March 10th. Oh, boy.
Mostly positive, right?
Let's do verified audience. There's only one verified audience.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. And now this is what happens. Now, granted,
Mm-hmm.
I went on here about 7-8 hours ago,
Mm-hmm.
and there were 3 negative reviews in June.
Okay, yeah.
What happened to those reviews? They must have been removed. By whom? I don't know. They must have been removed.
Yeah, probably
But
up the crazies.
why are people just jumping on here? Faceless, nameless people. Nameless. See? Coming on here and putting on these fake reviews for Man of
Those
Steel.
names are probably fake.
Look, you guys
people
know
that
I love this movie. And I even put in my post, this is specifically my post.
Yeah.
Go look on Rotten Tomatoes. You see, look at the last 3.5 months. There's 6 negative reviews out of 40 on the movie in that time frame. 3 of which came this month.
Yeah.
Look, if there are people trying to drop Man of Steel score, that is pathetic and stupid. Grow up. But a little bit of research shows you that there is no crazy conspiracy around it with a large number of people doing this. Get over yourselves. What are they trying to prove? What this shows me, exactly what this shows me, is that these people, all of these people, which is probably one person, honestly, this is probably just one person in this June 9th column.
Yeah.
This one person is going to do exactly this, just the opposite when Superman comes out. That's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care because I stand by this. When you do this kind of crap, it's pathetic. It's stupid. Grow up. Like, there's no reason to review bomb anything like that. Like, why? Like, what are you trying to prove?
Like when they
what are you
review bombed Godzilla versus Kong.
Trying to prove that you're a loser? Yeah, that's all you do. Like, that is pathetic.
Yeah, here's the...
It's Superman!
Yeah.
Shut the fuck.
Really annoying.
Oh, there's this big debate going on online over Superman being whiny. I mean, people are so sick and tired of seeing clips of James Gunn's Superman, David Court.
Okay.
I already see where this is going. Yeah. I feel like Tyrone is the type of dude to bend over backwards for whichever side of his audience is louder.
Yeah, great.
Screaming, hollering, jumping up and down, you know. And when you talk about the clip that surfaced the other day from Jimmy Kimmel Live, where he busts through the door and he's flipping out about crypto.
Yeah.
Where's the dog? Okay. I think that is appropriate. Okay. The problem is that I believe it only magnifies how many times the fans have seen him screaming and hollering or crying or whining, however you want to say.
Only did like twice.
You know, describe what he's doing. Okay.
Superman is.
I think that was appropriate, especially if you've ever had a pet before. If you've had a dog before, they're part of your family.
Yeah.
You would bust through those doors.
Where are we going with this, bro? Is he saying Superman is only allowed to have feelings, human emotions over animals? Y'all realize he's still human, right? Like he was raised on Earth.
Yeah.
He has human emotions. I know we're used to fucking Henry Cavill's version being so stoic and not robotic, but definitely not as expressive.
And you would holler and scream and threaten as if they were your own child that was taken. Trust me on that. So going back to that, people, there's like this whole debate on whether he should be that emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who is the definitive Superman? I mean, Christopher Reeve, the way he played him in a stoic, commanding, and somewhat intimidating way. So he was stoic, commanding, and intimidating.
Stoic, the word I just used.
Watch the first one. Go look at the two parts.
I wish they would stop bringing up Christopher Reeves, bro. Like, give it a rest, man. Like, we all love Christopher Reeves. We all love those Superman movies just because they were the first to come out, right? But shut the fuck up already.
Up at him. That's almost scary. The way they did the lighting, it's scary. That's intimidating. Mm-hmm. Then when the criminals get away on the boat, he's standing there, and it's all dark and everything. You got a 6'4", over 200-pound man sitting there, cape flapping, looking at you with shaded eyes and everything. That's intimidating. When he spoke to Lois,
I'm sorry, I can't get over his head shape.
But 6'4".
There, cape flap. It's all dark and everything. You got a 6'4", over 200-pound man sitting there, cape flapping.
He's not 6'4", actually. I'm gonna look up real quick. Henry Cavill height. Okay, 6'1", and I'm gonna do say like David Corn's height. 6'4". So 6'4" is David Cornsweet, but Henry Cavill is 6'1". Okay, yeah. Love when Snyder called us cross their fingers, like let's sit through it. Yeah. But I'm saying that
6'4", over 200-pound man sitting there, cape flapping, looking at you with shaded eyes and everything. Yeah. That's intimidating. Mm-hmm. When he spoke to Lois,
I'm sorry, I can't get over his head shape. It's like skinny at the top, and it fattens out. His head kind of looks like an actual peanut. You feel what I'm saying? My bad. That was stupid.
Hello, Miss Lane. You know, that type of stuff. He was commanding, respectful, stoic. He never got too emotional. He flirted with her during the interview.
What are you
know what I'm saying? Bro? When he talked to Lex, you know what I'm saying? Where's the detonator? He picked him up, threw him. You know what I'm saying?
So he is talking about Cavill. So he is completely wrong about Henry Cavill's height. 6'1". David Cornsweet's the 1'6'4". So he probably mixed up the heights.
Bars. You know what I'm saying? So it's
saying?
He wasn't extra emotional. He wasn't. He knew when to get emotional though. Men today, they want you bitchified. They want you crying and whining and being so emotional.
Is what he's not is what he's doing? Is it not emotional? Is it not bitchified? What Zack Snyder cultists are doing? The bitching about every single fucking thing James Gunn puts out, bitching about every clip that's
true.
Every Superman clip, every Superman trailer,
overreacting, yeah,
bitching about every fucking scene that it doesn't look right, the CGI this, the acting this, Superman doesn't do this, blah blah blah. That's all y'all have been doing is bitching. Y'all are literally bitchified. Your words, your logic. What the fuck are we talking about? Ever since this movie was announced, y'all have been nothing but bitching. It's crazy.
Oh, you need to be strong to be emotional. No, a strong man knows when to be emotional. When the woman that he loved died, yes, he screamed. Okay?
We lost his dog.
When
That's what I'm seeing from Snyder cultists are doing. James Gunn is James Gunn on every little new update. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what he's pointing out. Like people, the Snyder extremists are pointing out that um, like they seem to be very emotional. And like I said, not liking James Gunn's Superman, um, and liking the Man of Steel, preferring Man of Steel is fine and all. But if you're lying about certain things about the movie or exaggerating certain things, that's saying, oh, this is really trash and stuff like that, that's when I have a problem. Like, not liking it is fine. Having a problem with it is fine and all, but whenever you're overdoing it, that's when I have a problem.
Zod and his people were endangering humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that makes sense. In Superman 4, Nuclear Man was putting people in danger. Stop the people. He knew when to get emotional, but he wasn't constantly emotional. It feels like that to many people with this perception of him. So who's the definitive Superman that Superman should be based on? Should it be Henry Cavill?
What?
Henry Cavill was stoic also, but he did get emotional. But yes, he was stoic. So what? Superman is stoic. He's not constantly emotional. He knows when to get emotional. Does he get emotional? Yes. But there's a difference between being emotional and knowing when to be emotional. Okay. Or occasionally getting emotional. All right.
Oh boy.
I would say go watch the Max Fleischer cartoons. It's Superman.
Shut the fuck.
Yeah,
I don't understand people's obsession with comparing.
The Snyder cultists to me are like being at a fancy restaurant and over. Someone is complaining about things. Yeah. And like I said, the ones that are like overdoing it, that's when I have a problem. Not liking James Gunn Superman, that's fine. That's your opinion, but
The new shit to the old shit, wanting the new shit to be just like the old shit, when you could literally just go watch the old shit.
Sure.
What the fuck? What is the point? What is the point of all of this technology that's coming out if we're just going to keep fucking remaking shit exactly how it was already made, beat by beat, step by step? Why the fuck are you comparing it to an old cartoon that has nothing to do with this iteration of Superman? Nigga. Look how stupid you look. My God.
You'll know. That's the song. That's how you know you're watching the proper cartoon. He's stoic. He's commanding. He's strong.
But I gotta say, by the way, that cartoon has a lot of racist stuff and a lot of inappropriate stuff these days. So if you're supporting all about with that cartoon, that then you have a problem. At the time, it was really cool because at the time, like each episode cost $1 million, and $1 million was crazy at the time. And the only reason why each episode cost $1 million is because CBS didn't want to make the show, and they said, and then DC said, "Oh, you have to make the show because Superman's hype right now. Like people really like Superman." And they said, "Okay, fine. We'll make the show if we get $1 million each episode." And then surprisingly, DC agreed because CBS actually thought that they would say no. They wanted DC to say no. You just offered something that's a huge thing that, So that was the issue on that, and that's how it goes overall. Let's say
he makes jokes from time to time. Okay, if you watch him, he's a mild-mannered reporter. He's not goofy. He's not bumbling. He's not silly. He's a mild-mannered reporter. Someone that's unassuming. That's what we said, that people talk trash on Henry Cavill.
Yeah, he's really tired. So that's partially why I'm drinking coffee right now. As you can see, I'm drinking coffee right now.
Clark, but he's exactly what the old one was. He was unassuming, just mild-mannered reporter. He played him how he's supposed to be played.
Christopher Reeves played him like stumbling, kind of weak, stuff like that. So it's not supposed to be played. People make movies to make them different. You're not supposed to keep it the same. If you want to keep it the same, that means Darkseid would destroy half the universe for Death, and then Death falls in love with Deadpool.
Another thing.
And then Darkseid gets killed by Squirrel Girl.
People were talking about, I think with that clip though too, is they were wondering, they were saying, well, some people think that he heard Lex, and some people think that he didn't hear Lex. So I guess depending on, I mean, we cut the clip early, so depending on, we're just going to have to see of whether he really heard him or not.
What?
Did he really hear him, or was he saying that as in, say that again? What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say? You know what I'm saying? Also, I don't think people understood me when I was talking about, I don't think that superheroes go to the lengths that they need to go to. I saw a few comments were like, well, Batman, this is what I mean.
This isn't
Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man, all three of them have different limits when interrogating criminals.
First of all, Peter doesn't interrogate. Clark, Superman, doesn't interrogate. What the fuck are we talking about? Batman interrogates. Superman does not. Am I tripping?
What I'm saying is they don't,
because Tyrone Magnus is talking about the Injustice storyline.
Go to the edge of their limits enough. Okay, so Superman's limits are different than Batman's limits. See, Batman would break a finger to get
their episode of Clark got upset, like, of course that takes. Yeah. I heard about those.
The information he needs.
Okay.
I'm saying Batman doesn't go far enough sometimes. So he doesn't have to kill. But hey, maybe he cuts a finger off.
Why the fuck would dude doesn't know what he's talking about? It's like he doesn't know the characters he's complaining about at all. Why the fuck would Batman cut off a finger? I feel like he's about to say something really fucking stupid.
Yeah, cutting off a finger is like pretty permanent unless you're immediately going to the hospital to put the finger back on. You know. Here we go with Batman being talked about on the Superman topic. Yeah, that's crazy. It seems like the toxic Snyder fans they like Batman, and then when Man of Steel came out, Man of Steel is pretty much like a Batman with superpowers. So that's kind of how it would.
So I think it would be more effective if he did that. Okay? Now see, now if I was Superman,
oh, here we go.
I would have flew up in there. I wouldn't have walked. I flew up in there. I either crashed through the glass or I would have melted it and flapped through. Keep flapping. And I would have picked him up. And I asked him where my dog is. And I would have said it once. Where's the dog? If he say he doesn't know, I take his hand. Let's see, Superman doesn't cut off body parts. So with Superman, you go to his edge, which is breaking fingers. See, Batman breaks fingers and bones and backs and legs and gives you concussions and puts you in the hospital.
They want every DC character to be a copy of Nolan Batman. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because Mr. Phenom even says he was never a Superman fan until Man of Steel came out. So yeah, he doesn't really care, and he says he watched the animated series and all that, but I don't believe that.
Oh my God!
Superman doesn't do that. So with Superman, I would start to break his fingers. Crack. Where's the dog?
Y'all bitched and complained and nagged when Superman lost his temper because they approached his mother. Now this fucking moron wants Superman to come in like fucking John Wick, breaking fingers to get his dog back. This dude wants a John Wick movie. Super Wick. That's what he wants. He wants Super Wick. Wick of Steel.
And I do it on live television. Live television with Miss Tessmacher recording. That's how I would do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then, if you want to make it more realistic, what you do is people really would sympathize with a Superman that broke a finger to get his dog back.
No, they wouldn't. It's uncharacteristic.
Look, let me tell you something. Growing up, black kids I knew, most of them ain't never had dogs. All the white kids I knew had dogs. White folks love dogs. All white folks.
No, so doesn't make sense.
Oh my God.
Because the whole point of Lex Luthor doing this was to manipulate the audience to thinking he's evil. And he says, "Where's the dog?" And then the whole recording says, "Where's the dog?" And like the whole thing is, the audience heard him saying, "Where's the dog?" It just doesn't matter because the reaction that happened and all that stuff. Like that was the point of the whole scene.
Fuck me, dude. I feel like I'm listening and watching to a fucking Twitter post, a rage bait. If Twitter rage bait had a face, it would look like Tyrone Magnus.
No, it's not an idea of Batman being raped in prison, I bet. Yeah. And also Crypto died in the DCEU. Like Zack Snyder said that Crypto was a real dog instead of a Kryptonian dog, and then Pa Kent killed the dog to teach Clark Kent a lesson.
Tyrone Magnus cannot be this goddamn dumb. There's no way.
The planet would be.
Yeah, he's probably grifting. That's why.
If someone stole Spike, I'd break a finger to get him back. I love this Superman. He's not going around killing. He broke his finger. And I'd break every single one of them until he told me. That's just me.
So
I'm sure
what
there's
happens when you get them 10 fingers
like that, though? You know what I mean? But the definitive, who was the definitive version?
There is no definitive version of Superman. Every Superman, live action Superman, is unique and different in its own way. Otherwise, there'd be no point.
Like what is this? What is this narrative about definitive Superman, bro? Like,
yeah, there's no such thing.
Why am I this close to the fucking mic? Why?
There's good. Yeah, there's no such thing as a definitive Superman because there's good and bad on every single version of Superman. The closest one probably be the Justice League animated series one, but even then, there are some bad things about that too. I have trouble believing Snyder after how long he waited to say he'd have a version of Crypto in the DCU. Yeah, the Crypto. I think he only said that because Crypto was became popular because of James Gunn Superman. So that's why.
Why am I this close to the mic? I can't, bro. These Snyder cultist. Robert Downey Jr. saying, "What is it? Tropic Thunder."
Yeah.
Never go full. Tyrone just went full R-tard. You never go full tard, okay? Never go full tard. Hey, you went full tard in front of 2 million people. You have 2 million subscribers. How many views did this get? 39,000. Wow. 39,361 views. Yikes.
Views. And then let me, I'm gonna actually go here and actually starting off with okay.
I don't even know why I'm watching this.
Yeah, this
I
is
genuinely don't know why I'm watching this.
gonna be very predictable.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's opening his video with Stone Cold Steve Austin. First of all, I love Stone Cold. This was one of my favorite wrestlers. I almost said rappers for some reason. Like, what the fuck? The fact that he's using Stone Cold Steve Austin to open up his goddamn video as the intro to his video tells me exactly what I needed to know. He's about to shit all over this movie in his review. This is how predictable Tyrone is, right? How long is this video? 10 minutes and 17 seconds. Tyrone is either, for the whole duration of his video, is going to do a stupid ass Stone Cold.
So I'm drinking A&W again. Yeah, A&W again. So
Steve Austin impersonation, or for the first beginning of his video, he's going to do a Stone Cold Steve Austin impersonation. I guarantee you. He's going to come in, sit his big ass down in his chair, and do some god-awful impersonation of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Just watch.
Yeah, he's predictable. Yeah. Cringe.
I will say this. If this happens to be a positive review, I will formally apologize to Tyrone. Not that he gives a fuck. Not that he even knows who I am.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I will still do a whole ass apology video. This review is actually positive or fair, at least. If he says he doesn't like it and it's fair,
he's never gonna do a fair review.
I will delete the last video. I will whatever it takes. I will admit that I'm wrong. I am a man at the end of the day. You feel me?
Yeah.
I can admit when I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But here's how I'm not wrong, because he's fucking predictable. Because before the movie came out, he was shitting on it before even trailers came out. When the trailers came out, then he just went full fucking balls to the wall, like way off the rails, bro.
Yeah.
Derailed the whole goddamn train. You feel me?
Like before the movie came out, he kept bashing on the movie, like every promo thing. Even when they announced the movie and everything, it was.
So, with the mindset like his, I'm pretty sure that he walked into that theater with the intention of already hating the movie. His mind was already made up before the movie even came out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show the actual thing, what you said before, but yeah,
he was gonna hate it. But the off chance that I'm wrong, even though I know I'm wrong, I'm 90% sure. I'm 97.6% sure that I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
But if I am, I will apologize. You feel what I'm saying?
Me. All right. Superman 2025 was stupid. It was dumb. It was corny. It was cheesy. It was goofy. It was campy. And it was one big old piece of trash. I said it was one big old piece of trash.
Obviously, he'll just bash on it.
My God.
Holy fuck. I need to play the goddamn lottery. I need to play the fucking lottery. I just predicted I don't even know why. Why am I acting like that's impressive? It's not. It's Tyrone. Anybody could have predicted that. Oh my God. Why did I try to give him the benefit of the doubt? Why?
Yeah,
I just came from the
to be
movie.
fair, I don't think he was one of them. It was CS, the director, and then also the God Zack Snyder fan #1 or something like that. He also said that kind of thing too. Yeah, I don't think Tyrone Magnus said that. I think the other guy said that. The person that's been commenting and bashing on me, he said he only saw clips, and then he says, "Oh, it's trash and everything just because of the clips." And I kind of suggested if you don't want to support it, you want to watch the movie and then watch the movie legally and everything. Watch the movie reactions, because movie reactions show like most of the movie anyways. And if you miss certain things, they'll say it afterwards and everything. Or if you like the reaction people, you could go Patreon and watch that, stuff like that. So, you know. Yeah.
See, as you can see, I just came from the theaters. This is like fresh. I'm like 30 minutes after the movie just ended, right? I just got home. Trash is crazy. I am a very unbiased person. I can give credit where credit's due. I can be very critical when needed to be so. This movie, I'm just going to give you my score. If you want to check out after that, check out. If you want to stick around and hear my thoughts, feel free to do so, and I appreciate you. Okay. This movie was a 9 out of God.
Aaron claimed he watched I Open-Minded when clearly he knew how he hated on it months before. Yeah, he watched it. Yeah.
Damn 10. Sorry, Tyrone. Listen, man, it hit all the fucking boxes. Everything I needed for it to be a successful Superman movie, at least in my opinion, it checked it all off.
Yeah, and supposedly, there's a person that bashed on me saying that, oh, I like the movie, so I must have autism because only autistic people like the movie.
Great. Shout out to James Gunn. Bravo. And I'm not your biggest James Gunn fan. I hated Guardians of the Galaxy 3, especially Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Hated that fucking movie. However, with this movie, I think he nailed it. I think he nailed Superman. I think he nailed Lois Lane. I don't give a fuck about Jimmy Olsen. I'll be honest with that. And there's more on that later. I think he nailed characters that we never even see. He definitely nailed Guy Gardner. Yeah. Guy Gardner is an asshole. He's self-absorbed. He's kind of stupid. Mm-hmm. The guy, I can't remember his name playing him, but he nailed that role. And I love him. I want to see more Guy Gardner. I want to see more Green Lantern. Yeah. I can't wait till they introduce more Green Lantern Corps members, whatever.
The Lantern Show.
But yeah, he was fantastic. My only complaint is Hawk Girl. Yeah, Hawk Girl. They probably could have left her out of this fucking movie. It's cool that she was introduced. You know what I'm saying? Because now that's just one character off the checklist, I guess. Yeah.
That childish and petty to say as such, coming from a so-called adult grown up crying there. Hashtag first beer store. Yeah. Yeah, they this Snyder fan, self-admitted Snyder fan and Snyder cult, he even had the reaction saying that he is a Snyder cult member, stuff like that. He did say that, so I'm not lying about that or anything like that. So he is a self-appointed Snyder cult. He said, no, it wasn't him. It was another guy, but he did also attack me for no reason. Yeah.
She virtually does nothing. She's just there for a couple one-liners, if you want to call it that, maybe a little more than one-liners. I don't have a problem with her necessarily, but it's just like they probably could have left her out of the movie or replaced her with somebody a little bit more interesting, or just make her more interesting.
Yeah, utilize her more.
Jimmy Olsen, I've seen a lot of people complaining about him, saying they don't understand his character. So his character is a chick magnet. He has Riz, as you kids would call it, for some reason. Now, Jimmy Olsen is a very average guy. He's not your ultra handsome. He could, if he wanted to be a fucking model, he couldn't, right? Mm-hmm. He's not super smart. He's also not dumb. He's very fucking average. Yeah. So that's the joke. The joke is that this average guy, for some reason, is a chick magnet. The plot with Jimmy Olsen is that Lex Luthor's girlfriend, by the way, this is spoilers if I didn't say that. Did I say that? I don't think I said that. I'll give you a couple seconds actually before I carry on. Good? We good? Okay. Now, Jimmy Olsen's ex-girlfriend is Lex Luthor's current girlfriend, or just some bop he's smashing along the way, whatever the case may be. The relationship dynamic between Jimmy and his ex is clearly he can't stand her. He borderline hates her, but he's using her for information, conveniently so. I have a problem with that because throughout the movie, it's really Jimmy Olsen conveniently getting all this leaked information from his ex-girlfriend, rather than them just going with having Lois Lane do some detective work of her own and do her own journalism versus her just being on the phone waiting for information from Jimmy or whoever provides it to her. There was a part where Jimmy Olsen fed Lois Lane information and he had no idea the information he was even looking at until Lois Lane cracked a code.
Yeah.
It kind of balanced out, but it's like, it's just a little too convenient. To backtrack to Superman, the movie starts off with him losing his fight to Ultraman, who's disguising.
These are fair criticisms. Like, if a person doesn't like the movie because of these points, I'd be okay with it.
Himself as a character called the Hammer from another country that's trying to invade another country. Turns out Lex Luthor is behind all of this. His whole plan is to seemingly benefit from this war, but in reality, he's using the war as manipulation to have a reason to kill Superman.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, he starts this war between these two countries, knowing that Superman was going to intervene, which he does. So Lex Luthor tries to make a boss call to the higher ups and was like, okay, as y'all can see, this dude is flying around doing whatever the fuck he wants. We have a treaty with these people, and yet he just threatened their president. These are our allies, and Superman just flew.
Yeah. Good points overall. So yeah, good points overall. And that's kind of how it goes, right? Okay. First time we had Jimmy taking risk to get scoops. Yeah, for holding a camera. Yeah. That's fair too. And Jimmy was actually pretty cool in the original Superman movies. I think the time Jimmy came back was in Supergirl, the Supergirl movie that kind of failed. That Jimmy was actually talking to his group of friends, like hanging out. So he is kind of cool. He's not like super popular or anything, but he does have a group of friends that he hangs out with. At least in the Supergirl movie, the old one.
When interrupted a war that has nothing to do with him, and he threatened their president, right? So Lex is doing all he can to defame Superman, and it starts to work. People will start to turn on him a little bit because they see him getting his ass kicked by Ultraman while he's in disguise. And the whole time, Ultraman is like, well, this wouldn't be happening if Superman never intervened. So the Americans are like, come on, Superman, why did you have to go intervene? You know what I'm saying? They're kind of stupid. They're easily manipulated, right? But then that plan falls on its ass. So then Lex Luthor breaks into the Fortress of Solitude, as you saw in the trailers, and he's looking for anything he can. Now they come across a message from Superman's parents telling him to do good. This is the reason why we sent you to Earth, so you can do as much good as possible. Turns out the good that they're talking about, what's the word I'm looking for? They're looking out for their own best self-interest. They want what's best for Krypton, even though they're already dead. So half of the message was corrupted and couldn't be translated. So Superman only got the part to where they were telling him to do good and be a savior for Earth, right? The real message was them telling him to be a savior for Krypton and to rule over Earth. So they're seemingly evil people, right? They even go as far as to tell him to kill as many humans as possible. They're dull creatures. They're fragile. They're dumb. They're easily manipulated, as they prove to be throughout the movie. The planet starts to think that Superman is out to get them. For like the last 3 years, Superman has been doing nothing but protecting this planet, the people, all the creatures, everything.
At least it wasn't wasted off. Yeah, Jimmy was killed off and everything, and hold on.
The planet starts to think that Superman is out to get them. For like the last 3 years, Superman has been doing nothing but protecting this planet, the people, all the creatures, everybody, from all kinds of threats. And then all of a sudden they're just like, oh, this whole time he's just that fucking alien trying to kill us all, trying to rule us. So I'm not sure how they were so easily manipulated. That was kind of like
my assumption is it's been days, because initially in the movie they were supposed to have titling like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever, or like a few days later or something like that. So I'm guessing it's been days since that happened, but it's only assumption because I don't know.
A minor complaint, I guess, but not too big of a fucking deal. I thought the pacing was perfect. I would have loved to see more of Superman, but I feel like it was still very satisfying of what we got. Mr. Terrific was pretty cool. I'm kind of glad they didn't give him an origin. I think it doesn't feel appropriate for this movie. The movie doesn't hold your hand, is what I'm trying to say. They kind of rely on the idea that you already know who these characters are. Metahumans have been long established in this universe, long before Superman ever showed up. Mr. Terrific has been around, but I feel like in the next movie they should expand on him a little bit. He has the biggest role out of all the side characters, that's for sure, besides Lois Lane. I watched a few reviews before I came and saw this movie. Eric Voss from New Rockstars gave it a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Angry Joe, Final Verdict, gave it a 6 out of 10. Alex from the Angry Joe Show gave it a 7 out of 10, which is very fucking mind-boggling to me, considering the fact that Angry Joe is the Superman fan, and Alex is more like nonchalant, doesn't really like anything most of the time. And the fact that he gave a Superman movie a higher score than the Superman fan is fucking crazy, right? And then you have Tyrone Magnus, who said the movie was trash. Now, if you are a fan of Tyrone Magnus, very cool for you. I'm happy for you. I hope you enjoy his content. Okay?
Yeah.
But if you are dumb enough to take his movie reviews seriously, like, come on, bro. Come on, man. The chemistry between Lois Lane and Superman, 10 out of 10. I thought they had awesome chemistry. Even through the trailers, you could feel their chemistry, and I thought it was perfect. Great casting for the both of them, especially for Lois.
And another update of what I'm eating. Another update what I'm eating is tahim. It's kind of like a spicy thing, kind of like Lucas, but spicy Lucas. So yeah.
Always beautiful casting. I didn't have a single problem with her other than the fact that I feel like she just didn't do enough as a journalist. I love Lex Luthor. I thought he was more unhinged than I thought he would be. I don't know if I would rather Lex Luthor to be a little bit more calculated, a little bit more calm and nonchalant. He's very fucking smart. This dude has the fucking Alcatraz within a pocket dimension. This nigga built a meta-human prison within a pocket dimension. Am I the only one that's blown away by that? Like, what the fuck? I thought that was super cool.
Crazy.
So I think the movie did a good job at highlighting his intellect. But I just wish he was just a little more calculated. He's very self-aware in this movie. He even goes out to make that a point, where there is a scene where Superman calls him envious, and Lex is like, you don't think I fucking know that? You don't think I fucking cringe every time they compare me to Einstein and all these other... So he's very self-aware, right? I like this character. I don't really have too many complaints from him. Who else is left?
Sorry, it baffles me how they hate on some of these haters appear as overall do her background in there. Yeah. They're like, it seems like they're fans of, you know.
Crypto. I love what I got from Crypto, but then I didn't love Crypto. You know what I mean? The way I feel towards Crypto is exactly how Superman feels towards Crypto in this fucking movie. I tolerated Crypto. Superman tolerates Crypto. Come to find out, Crypto is not Superman's dog. It's more of a foster situation. Crypto does not listen to shit. He's kind of dumb, very disobedient, very hyperactive, has no boundaries. And it's kind of annoying, like, but maybe that's part of the character development that we might get from Crypto. You can tell Superman cares about Crypto.
Yeah, Crypto's probably gonna get some character development in Supergirl.
Only because he cares about everybody. He cares about everything, every living creature. There's like a very brief scene where he's fighting the fucking dragon, and he goes out of his way to save a squirrel that's about to get crushed. A squirrel, not a cat in a tree, a fucking squirrel. So this dude has a very strong sense of life. He cares about everything, not just people, not just himself, not just the people he loves. He cares about everybody, every fucking thing. If it breathes, Superman cares about it. So the Justice Gang shows up to fight this dragon, right? And then there's just nothing they can do with it because it's just too goddamn big. The whole time, Superman is like, we gotta find a way to take this thing out and put it somewhere and study it.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Hot Girl, they're all like, yo, fuck that shit. We're killing this motherfucker, right? So they do exactly that. They kill him. The whole time, Superman is just like, this isn't right. This is, he's visibly upset. And he's just like, there should have been something that we could have done to save this creature's life. You know what I mean? So he cares about everybody. He cares.
Stupid. Like, for if you haven't heard of Tyrone Magnus, honestly, you are blessed. You are blessed by God himself for not listening to this obnoxious peanut head from the freaking Proud Family looking motherfucker. Because honestly, he is one of the most obnoxious YouTubers that have turned from good to honestly really bad. He went from like a really good reactor to downright just stupid anti-woke shit where he's just trying to trigger and rage bait everybody. And it's sad to see this type of slop being at all even viewed because it's very obvious what he's doing. He's grifting for the sake of money. Now, let me go ahead and get into the real problem that he actually has. And it's not even his opinions. He can have the stupid opinions about Superman all he wants. He's going out of his way to copyright strike and copyright claim people on Twitter that aren't even making money off of their videos or off of his videos. They're simply just posting them and making fun of him and criticizing what he's saying because what he's saying is usually stupid. Like, for example, one of them is being, stop with the comments saying you have to judge the whole movie off of trailers and clips. That was one of the clips that I actually seen on Twitter. There's two that I've seen. I'll talk about them real quick. The one of the videos was that one video where he said, don't judge, or he's talking about people saying that he's judging the whole movie off of clips. And he says that's what they're meant for. Well, sort of, kind of, right? I guess they are meant for that, but you're not supposed to judge. Like, there's things that are missing, of course. There's certain trailers that mislead you all the time. So that's just a bullshit argument. There's so many things that you can pick.
Yeah, you don't judge the whole movie based on a clip. You judge the clip itself. That's my take.
Out. Because he says things off the top of his head, and he doesn't really know what he's saying until he's done saying it, and then he already rolls into the next thing. He has no script. He has nothing that he's saying that's really written down. He's just saying things, and it makes him look fucking stupid as hell. So the other one is that he's already said that he's made his mind up while he's watching his movie. If you don't know Tyrone Magnus, I'm pretty sure he interviewed Zack Snyder, and he also was just like saying that Henry Cavill is his favorite Superman and whatnot. Yeah. I mean, he's obviously a part of that Zack Snyder fan base. And if he ever goes against that fan base, oh my God, they will crucify him so fast. If he ever said that he enjoyed this movie or liked this movie in the slightest, he would be dead in the water. You already know this. With that fandom, he would be fucking crucified. You already know this. And another thing is that honestly, this is kind of funny. I have to say this word for word. This is another clip that I saw. I just thought it was so funny because it's like so goofy. This tone is so different. Christopher Reeves. This tone is so different from Tyler. This tone so different from Brandon Ralph. This tone is so different from Henry Cavill. This tone so different from George Reeves. It's still different from the Adventures of Superman. It's different. It's so hokey, silly, comic booky. Many people say it's meant for children. Maybe it is. Stop. I can't play his clip. I'll imitate that fucking peanut head looking motherfucker with the elongated ass head. Yeah, I'll imitate you, bruh. With your dumbass ego. You think I'm gonna let that shit slide? It's embarrassing to see a YouTuber who says things like that, which, by the way, if Superman is hokey, comic booky, hell yeah! Give me more of that! Inject it into my veins that pump out of my arms, baby! I want more of that comic booky shit from Superman. That clip of him getting squashed, saving the dog, coming out, bursting out of the ground, and the kid saying, yay! That shit made me happy! Is that so bad? Why do you want to be so fucking miserable all the time? I'm so sorry, right? If you like a Superman that doesn't react to anything that goes around him and what's happening around him, like there could be literally 100 people that just exploded around him, and he's just like, damn, that shit just happened. He saves a few people and flies off. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sick of this, bro. I'm sick of these. I'm sorry. I'm so ready for Superman to come out just so I can talk about it. But I'm sick of these Snyder fans and people like this that want to criticize it. And then when people criticize him for what he says, he copyright strikes them on Twitter. Look, this Eddie guy, he was like, Tyrone Magnus is copyright striking everyone who's been criticizing him while showing clips of his dumb takes. I got hit with a legal takedown from a clip from a year ago. Pretty weak move, especially from someone who built their platform off reactions of other people's work. He likes to mock others and call them fragile, but will do something like this because his feelings got hurt? I mean, god damn, you let this motherfucker Eddie burn you, dog. I wish more people can see how much of a pathetic fucking loser Tyrone Magnus has become, because he was at least a good reactor back in the day. But now that we're actually looking at some of the changes of YouTube, his reaction channel might be fucking shut down with monetization. He hasn't done shit creatively wise. Yeah. What, some unboxings, some try not to laugh videos that aren't even his videos? This man's whole monetization is going to get shut down in just a little bit. And I'm very excited to be seeing that happen. You know, even me, I've done more creative shit with my fucking music video. I'm sorry, G Nights. I've done more creative shit than Tyrone Magnus done ever in his life. In his whole entirety of YouTube, which is also funny because he's as old as the first Superman movie. He's older. He's older than the Superman movie, the first Superman movie. The first one came out in 1978. He was born 1977. Bro, you're a year younger than my mother. And you act like a fucking clown-ass loser. It's like, how badly are you grifting for this goddamn money, dude?
This is going to be depressing.
I get that you might be in a poor situation. Maybe you are. And you're really trying to get that cash and that dough. And you think that uploading 50 times a day is going to do it. I get it. But goddamn, do you have to copyright strike people that aren't even making money off of you? One guy, that Connell guy, maybe he made like a fucking quarter off of you, dude. And you copyright strike him. But Eddie and then also Twisted God got like 1.4 million views and like 14,000 likes on that tweet. And he got taken down from Tyrone Magnus twice, I'm pretty sure. How fucking pathetic do you have to be to search your own name, to literally go out of your
he looks great. He was bad for a movie.
way to block people and copyright strike them on Twitter when they're not even making money off your name. And then also trying to act like you're some tough badass on fucking YouTube. You're a pussy. You're a pussy, Tyrone. The fuck's wrong with you, bro? Stop copyright striking people acting like you're the shit. You literally make your work and your money off of other people's work when they could literally copyright strike you easily. It's so pathetic. I really hate people like this. Tyrone has switched me into a different mode. You know, his rage bait's really good. But the fact that he's pushing 50, man, he's going to end up like Kevin Samuels. I'm just saying now, you know, there's something that's going to his heart and he's gone. He's at that age. His hair's already gone. He's going to start growing. He always got those wrinkles. Let's be real. But
I don't know. Yeah. Tyrone Magnus copyright strikes, and he's part of that Snyder stuff. So
god damn, he's already gaining that weight. I saw a picture of him just a couple years ago, and damn, he was slim. But now look at this tubby motherfucker. I can't even show a picture of him because he might copyright strike me. Anyway, I don't like this guy. The fact that he's doing shit like that is actually insane. Copyright striking people for criticizing you, bro. I mean, how fucking pathetic do you have to be, and how much of a pussy do you have to be in order to not let your name be at least slightly criticized, right? Right? Over some stupid shit. Over a 30-second clip of you saying Superman is comic booky. Man, stick to your guns. If you're confident about your opinion, stick to your opinion. Don't copyright strike people because you think that they're calling you out. Stick to your guns and stick to it.
Yeah.
That shit's just some pussy shit. That's all I gotta say. Tyrone Magnus is sad from where he was before.
I can make sure it was on. What is going on, everybody? Get your man Dirty Hank coming to you again with another. It is.
After these messages.
We now return to the folks up in here grifting and transforming. Xavier Fetus, boy, y'all, you know. Let's go. The informant media, what's good? All right, let's go. Let's see what he's talking about. Hey, what's up, everyone? So you just saw the look on my face when I received a DMCA.
Yeah. He Tyrone Magnus. This was a while ago, but like the fact that he did it in the first place, it was last year, 6 months ago.
Yeah. When I looked inside my email, I saw this notification saying I got illegal takedown on Twitter. Where it's like, to my surprise, because I was like, what exactly did I, what material was shared where it would warrant this type of pushback? I know I've recently been sharing lots of superhero media and other stuff with movies that are upcoming, but all that stuff was shared publicly, so it wasn't any leaked information or images or videos. So I was like, what exactly happened? And I kept on scrolling down because then even my account was locked and I had to, do some steps to get it back. I was like, okay, let's see exactly what occurred, because this is kind of stupid.
Handle criticism. Yeah. Okay.
All right, now I didn't want to make another Tyrone Magnus video, but a lot of people have been asking me to. There was something that really funny that happened underneath my video. But before we get into the video, I just want to thank everybody that supported that video. Got like 300 subscribers. I was actually very grateful. So I kind of want to put a stamp on this and just kind of conclude it. I'm not going to talk about him again. I don't want to be considered a grifter. Honestly, he has been losing his mind a little bit. And the first thing that had happened was apparently he made a whole ass burner account just to talk crap, I guess. And when he made this burner account, not only did he use, you know what, I'm going to spoil it. Let's go ahead and talk about this because his burner account is really funny. He said, you need to stop hating on Tyrone. It's obvious you're just a hater. You have negative energy and this is mental illness. He's a great person with great morals and high IQ and very honest. And lots of people look up to him. If you keep this up, he might copyright strike you. So chill out. You are being a hater and you need to get help. Also, don't bother replying to Tyrone because he will block you eventually. Also, he doesn't care about you, so don't bother trying to get his attention. This video is a big old pile of trash. Oh, and James Gunn Superman looks like trash. His suit looks like trash. The colors aren't even classic, and the dog scene is stupid. If you can't accept that, then you're just a Snyder hater. Henry Cavill was never given a shot to finish. Holy crap, what the hell was that? I've never seen somebody, so much in such a tiny span. It was actually insane. Now, when you go down to the replies, it's the funniest thing. This guy says, Tyrone Magnus, is that you? LMAO. I'm not Tyrone Magnus. What are you talking about? Your handle is T. Crawley. Tyrone Crawley is Tyrone Magnus's real name. The T doesn't stand for Tyrone. It stands for something else. Dude, your handle is T. Crawley, but on your channel, it's spelled out fully Tyrone Crawley. Oh, yeah, my nickname is Tyrone. Not my real name, but it's a coincidence. I'm not Tyrone Magnus. Your handle, your YouTube handle says 1977. That's the year Tyrone Magnus was born. Nah, it's just a coincidence. The 1977 doesn't stand for the year I was born. It stands for the year Star Wars A New Hope came out in theaters. It's just a coincidence. He changed it too. He changed it from 1977 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is him, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. It's like a 50-50 shot that it is him. If it isn't him, it's honestly really, really funny. Whoever did that did a really good job of just emulating him and like joking around. The reason why I don't think it is actually him is because when you keep scrolling down and you keep looking at the comments, he actually keeps replying. So he's like, I'm not Tyrone Magnus. Everyone says that, not Tyrone, blah, blah, blah. And he like comments at least like another 40 times, but that doesn't seem like something Tyrone would do, even on a burner account. So it's maybe not him, but if it was him, it would make things a lot funnier. And I'm going to believe that that was actually Tyrone Magnus with his burner account glazing himself. Holy cow, I've never seen someone glaze himself so much. Another thing apparently is that he called Superman, and again, I want to round back to this, is that I don't care what he thinks about Superman, right? Like, he's still copyright striking people on Twitter that, you know, are calling him silly or calling out his opinion or his take or, you know, reposting what he says. And none of them are really making money off of him. And they're all honestly not even being that mean. Like I said, one guy called him silly and he copyright striked this guy. I mean, like, you know, you're a grown man doing that. It's kind of bizarre. Yeah. But he said that Superman was worse than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Come on, dude. I mean, let's just call a grifter when we see one here. He's grifting for the MAGA crowd that obviously don't want to make this movie something good because it's woke, because Superman's a illegal alien. But he's playing for a crowd that doesn't even like him or his skin color. It's like, what are you doing, Tyrone? It's so bizarre. Still copywriting people, still making stupid comments about the movie. I told you he already made his mind up. I already told you. I was already right. Everything I said about him was pretty much right. And honestly, these last final thoughts, these last little things I want to say is that, you know, Tyrone did have a good fan base. He had old fans that genuinely liked him, like people that looked up to him. I was reading comments, people that said that they met him when he was 15. If I keep going down here, I actually met him once. I was 15 at a convention with my family when I met him. He was super polite, funny. I even got a picture with him. Dude seemed like such a nice guy, but now I can't even find the words. He's fallen. This dude's devastated. And it's like, you know, I see maybe 600 comments that are just like that. Oh, I used to be a fan of him. Oh, I can't believe I watched this guy back in the day. Oh, he's so annoying now. And it's like, if I was Tyrone, I would take a step back, look at what I'm doing. And it's not even him being, maybe this isn't him being himself. And maybe he did lose all these fans, but it's whatever to him. But still, I would take a step back and kind of look at what I'm becoming as a human being and as a symbol on YouTube. You know, it's very sad how much he has kind of fallen off, because he has 2 million views or 2 million subscribers, can barely crack 100,000 views. And I think anybody with a million subscribers should be able to crack 100,000 views.
Yeah,
he could barely crack that. Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of people say that his subs are actually sub-botted, which I could see that happening. I can see about 1 million of them being sub-botted, either sub-botted or like very inactive. But YouTube usually deactivates, you know, the subscribers once they're not active. So I could see them being sub-bots because the views that he's getting, it's not consistent. The comments that he's getting is not consistent with somebody that has 2 million views. And even if he did have 2 million 2 million subscribers, and he is, you know, those people are still alive and they're real, he's barely getting anything out of that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If he took the time back to step back and really put his effort into YouTube, he could probably be really, really good. But he's so stuck on this MAGA, anti-woke, you know, everything is bad type of look. And it's like, it makes him so annoying. It really makes him sad. And if anybody doesn't see the dickheadishness or like the egregiousness of what he's doing,
yeah,
it's like, dude, you're falling for what he's doing. It's sad. It's pathetic. You know what I mean?
That's
so
great.
Anyway, I wanted to be at least a little bit more civil in this one. I don't want to get all insulty, all mean, like everybody was saying. You know, I could have easily said that his acting career was a fucking bust. You know, he's never going to be a good actor. And the biggest thing that he could have done is porn, or if they ever make another freaking slave movie, you know, put him in the background getting whipped. He can make a good reaction then. He can make some good reaction faces. I think so, right? You know, if you wanted me to be mean, I could have said that. I could have, but I'm not gonna say that. You know, I could bring
the stream has been here for a while, but yeah, you can watch it from the beginning afterwards. But yeah, right now I'm just reacting to how Tyrone Magnus used to like copyright strike people just because they disagreed, stuff like that. And also, I read and responded to some of the comments about the person calling me autistic just because I liked Superman, even though a lot of people that are not autistic and stuff like are proven not to be autistic did like Superman. It just seems like really, really crazy.
up how he denies his wife access to Disneyland because he thinks it's woke. Like, god damn, dude, just take your wife to Disneyland. That's ridiculous. A bunch of other things I could say, but I'm not going to. I don't need to. He's already kind of fucked himself. So it's honestly his doing. And once he finally realizes how bad he's fallen off, maybe he'll change. But I think it's kind of like all the other YouTubers that have fallen into the ground. He's probably going to be the same way. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out. So ever since James Gunn's Superman came out, I mean, even before it came out, the Snyder Bros, the Snyder Ball, the Snyder Cult, whatever you want to call these guys, have been losing their minds. And I just have to say one thing to James Gunn. Get some security that can handle people that can kill you, please. Oh my good Lord, you do not understand. There are crazy people out there, and this guy is one of them. Now, I was just going through Twitter, and this random tweet blew up. He said, I've been informed that one of James Gunn's biggest haters on the internet and a devoted Snyder cult leader spent tons of money and dozens of hours waiting to get in Hall 8 to infiltrate the Peacemaker Season 2 panel in order to try and get James Gunn to notice him and do something about him being there. According to him, he actually wanted to cause a scene that would get him thrown out, and he is currently bragging about it on YouTube. True mental illness. No, like that's literally what's going on here. If you go to this guy's live stream, his last live stream, everybody's roasting him in the comments. It's freaking hilarious. But if you listen to what he says at a certain point, it's insane. Let's go ahead and listen to this real quick.
I did this for y'all, dog. Ain't no way that I was gonna let James Gunn go to a panel out here, bro, and I not try to do my absolute fucking best to make sure that I pull up on this dude. And that is exactly what we did, Joe.
Why is he acting like this is a rival gang leader that came to his town uninvited and like not, you know, confirmed to be there or allowed to be there? What the fuck are you talking about? This is the like right there, right then and there. That's your entire first impressions of this guy. He's a nut, my guy. He is a nut. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going.
Josh,
yes, sir.
I'm gonna show the people a visual
said,
kind
yes,
of
sir.
representation of what happened. Now, you tell me if I'm wrong, right?
All right.
Please turn your attention to the track. He actually gets his fucking picture, bro.
Yeah.
This is an insane analogy to use because you're just a crazed fan. It's not like James Gunn raped your wife and stole your child from what the fuck? This is not even close to what the you guys can go. Is that what we're you can't make it
yes,
up.
Bro.
You can't make it up.
Yes, bro.
And here's another thing too about this guy. Apparently, according to his words at least, because I'm not gonna watch all 2 hours of it. That's freaking not worth it. He even made threatening motions and locked eyes with James Gunn to try and get security in the building to do something. What? The individual who is claiming to have done all this is Skywalker the Jedi. The guy who is self-credited as the creator of the Sell the Snyderverse to Netflix movement and hashtag. The guy who did stuff like this. Oh my God. What level of unemployment is this? Like, I think I've seen that comment. The brink of homelessness. That's what it was. Yeah, the brink of homelessness. This is what it is. Bro, you're holding up a sign on the street begging for not money, not like food, for the Snyderverse to get restored to Netflix?
That's crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna actually
God, what are we doing here? I just thought this shit was so funny, man. I literally just can't comprehend how people are this insane about this movie, bro. It's a Superman movie. And let me say this too. It's a successful Superman movie, whether you like it or not, financially and critically. Overall, WB already said it's a success. It's a success with the critics and it's a success with the fans. Everybody really likes it. Not everybody, but a majority of people like this movie for good reason, because it's a good movie and a good foundation for the future of the DCU, which is Supergirl, Brave and Bold, Wonder Woman, whatever other movies we get, Lanterns as a TV show, Peacemaker season 2, all of these things, phenomenal. I'm going to talk about it in a different video, but I just have to say this to the Snyderverse or the Snyder cultists. Why are you doing this? Why? You know that you're not going to get your shit back. If Superman bombed, I would give you some leeway and be like, okay, yeah, you guys can keep going. But it hasn't. And now we're in a stage where it's like you guys are just wasting your own time and energy when you could be putting it into Zack Snyder instead. I barely hear these guys talking about anything Zack Snyder's doing. It's always James Gunn. And now you got people literally going to Comic-Con to try and harass James Gunn, stalk him down, and try to get security to kick him out. Dude, if any of the gun cultists, like the Snyder cultists like to call them, did this to Zack Snyder, they would be all over his ass. They would try to get this man fired. They would try to learn everything about him 1,000%. This is insane.
100%. And I have it on video.
I pulled up on that man, dog.
I pulled up on that
front row, bro.
He went
right
to the front
there.
row.
Visual representation of the security in the back.
Yo.
That had to cost so much money, bro.
That man was shook. I don't want to hear from nobody.
You're hearing it from me. You sound like a fucking idiot, my guy. Just keep going.
Y'all don't get it. I was in the front row. I was right in front of the moderator. Bro, y'all have no idea. My head was right above the fucking TV. There's no way, bro. There's no way. He saw people that was sitting like 2 seats to the fucking right of me, bro. You know what I mean? There's no way, bro. Yo.
He's saying like there's no way he didn't see me. All of this is just like insane levels of coping. Because first of all, you're making the impression that James Gunn thinks that you bought a front row ticket as a Snyder fan. No, he probably thinks that you're one of his fucking fans. And he doesn't even know who you are, most likely. He doesn't know what you look like. I doubt he really cares about you that much, my guy. I mean, like, holy crap. That is some insane levels of mental gymnastics where you're buying a front row ticket to see Peacemaker Season 2's trailer.
And why didn't he ask any questions?
And panel, and you think that James Gunn's going to look at you and be like, that's a hater. What?
I grilled this motherfucker the whole time he was on stream, bro.
You grilled him
on the fucking panel. I didn't even realize that I was doing it, bro, until like halfway through the panel. On everything. I didn't even realize, bro, that I wasn't looking at anybody else, dog. I didn't care what anybody else was talking about. I didn't care what anybody else had to say. Bro, you're not gonna be fucking sending your little fucking bots over here, bro, talking all this shit on the internet, bro, liking tweets. You know what I'm saying, bro?
No, I don't know what you're saying. You just said you had this weird fixation with James Gunn where you're stalking him and literally so muted to everybody else's speeches and talking that you're just...
Yeah, it is weird because he didn't even say he asked any questions or anything, saying like, is the Snyderverse coming back, or like, did you talk to Zack Snyder or anything like that? He didn't say anything.
Staring at James Gunn and intensely focusing on everything he says. Holy what? And then you're blaming him for the bots, for people talking shit to you. You just sound like a piece of shit. And also you're like, yeah, you are like a Snyder cult leader. So of course you're going to get shit on. Dumbass, you're a part of one of the most toxic communities known to man. And you think that people aren't going to talk shit to you. it's not just Snyder. It's not just like James Gunn fans. It's probably people that like the movie and people that are also as equally chronically online as you. But it's not, James Gunn's fault that other people are talking shit to you. It's the same way with the Snyder fans. Are we all blaming Zack Snyder for this? I mean, Zack Snyder kind of doesn't call out the toxicity. Yeah.
Hoping to be noticed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually acknowledges it and is like, that's okay because some fan bases are like that. So I don't know who's really at fault for all this toxicity out here. Is it James Gunn or is it Zack Snyder? If we're starting to blame directors here. Anyway, what I'm saying here is this dude's freaking nuts. I don't know if he says anything else. I'm going to listen to it a little bit more. I don't think he has anything else really to say.
Like doing these little fucking things, putting out fucking hit piece articles, bro. Doing all this little behind the scenes shit that I know goddamn well been going on. Ain't no way you about to just get that shit off. And I'm about to just be there and you ain't gonna have to look at me, dog. And then y'all want to know what's funny? Anybody want to go back and look at that stream and watch how quickly James Gunn got off that motherfucking stage after that panel was over? I highly recommend you go look and see.
What a great Saturday at Comic-Con. You guys having a good time? All right, excellent.
Yeah.
And James Gunn.
He said thank you 3 times. Puts the microphone out. It didn't look like he was storming off or nothing. The panel ended, everybody saying goodbye. He says, I love you, bro. You are actually nuts. That's where I draw the line right there. I mean, it's just caught up in a line delusion. Literal fucking delusion. This man is on the verge of potential insanity. And I've said this before on one of my previous Snyder videos that he, or not him himself, but the Snyder movement themselves are one deranged fan away from doing something overtly violent. And I very much so believe that this is a very close step to that. This man wanted to get up to James Gunn's face because James Gunn's fans were talking shit to him online and he made a fucking Superman movie because Zack Snyder couldn't hack it. What are we talking about here? That sounds like one fucking gun away from a presidential, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not calling James Gunn the president or as important, but he does have people that hate him as much as they hate somebody like that. And it doesn't look like he has that type of security. So I'm just fearing for James Gunn's safety after this. Guys that are buying, guys that are clearly hating his Superman. And
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, he didn't even ask a question. He didn't say anything. He didn't even yell or
in this movement, going out of their way to hate on the movie and tell his fans to hate on the movie. To go out of his way to go and buy tickets to the front row of Hall H just to stare down James Gunn and apparently make violent gestures towards him to try to get kicked out. I mean, am I not wrong here to be a little bit concerned that there might be one random deranged fan out there that might take it a step further and get up to James Gunn's face with a weapon and try to... So all I'm saying is be careful out there, James Gunn. You might get... All right, so the egregious James Gunn haters came out, and it basically has been very, very insane for the last couple of days. He's been trying to dox people. He's been responded to by James Gunn, and he's trying to lawyer up so he can try to sue people. So let me just get into it right now. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe and also like the video as well. After my video went up, there was another post from Fandom Wire that reported on what he said, and he also reacted to that. He was saying, hey, everybody, just a quick update. Some of you might have seen the article from Fandom Wire claiming I snuck into Hall H at Comic-Con to disrupt James Gunn's Peacemaker panel. I'll keep it simple. That never happened. I'll keep it simple. It fucking did. You guys don't want to know this guy's name. If I'm going to refer to him in this video, it's going to be Snaggle, all right? You don't have to go watch his stupid videos. He's not worth watching. You don't have to actually give him any views because, honestly, it's not worth it. He is a fucking nut. But Snaggle, let me keep it simple. No, you can't sue a single person for anything because this is your words that you said you didn't sneak in and you didn't try to disrupt James Gunn's panel. You literally said that you tried to infiltrate the Comic-Con panel, and you said you pulled up on James Gunn. And by the way, infiltrate means that you snuck into a place or you went into a place to try to retrieve, secret goods or, damage. The damage. Bro, come on, bro. We're not playing games here. You're stupid as fuck. You don't got a case against anybody. Dude, I don't want him to have any, views or publicity, but I showed his, reactions before, so I'll go ahead and play it with the freaking chipmunk sound effect in the background. Go ahead.
Ain't no way that I was going to let James Gunn go to a panel out here, bro, and I not try to do my absolute fucking best to make sure that I pull up on this dude, and that is exactly what we did.
Visual representation of security in the back.
That man was shook, dog. Ain't no way you about to just get that shit off, and I'm about to just be there, and you ain't gonna have to look at me, dog.
So after all of that, after he said he pulled up to James Gunn and he made him shook, James Gunn actually came out and he responded. Somebody said, shout out to the guy who thought running up on James Gunn at San Diego Comic-Con was a good idea. Your daily reminder that these are just movies and you're not a freedom fighter in a war. Gunn and Snyder both have no idea you exist. And James Gunn said, I certainly didn't notice anyone running up.
Hold on real quick. Okay, I'm back.
Up on me. Running up, pulling up, bro, it's the same exact thing. You look up the definition of pulling up on somebody, it means you're trying to confront them, which is exactly what you said you were doing. You pulled up on this man. So it's really funny that James Gunn came out and even said that this is happening, and this is something that he didn't even notice was happening, because this guy was claiming that he was being seen by him the entire time. It's really going to show how pathetic the Snyder cultists have been. The Snyder fans that just like the movies, I feel bad for them because they get lumped in all the time. It's sad because I'm one of them. Man, if the Snyder cultists never existed,
no, it was just a random delivery. I picked it up. It was just a delivery thing.
There was never this toxic community, I would be crying out to high heavens how much I like BVS and Man of Steel. But I feel ashamed talking about those movies because of these people that try to run up on James Gunn and try to be toxic. And again, if you're a part of this and you support what this guy did, you are a part of the problem and you need to step up and call him out. This toxicity cannot keep going on like this, bro. You're not winning any battle. Nothing's going to get sold to Netflix. You're not going to restore the Snyderverse. Nothing is ever going to come back. When are we ever going to stop fighting wars? When is Israel going to stop bombing Palestine? Really? In one of his live streams just the other day, where RJ, the guy that was, of course, giving me some of the information about this guy, he said, yo, the guy who tried to stalk James Gunn at Comic-Con legit just doxed me on his live stream. He's leaking both where I live and where I work. This shit is getting crazy, bro. Not even sure what to do now. He's trying to intimidate me. I'm not going to be scared away. Doxing is something I cannot tolerate. If you don't...
Tyrone Skyberg doxed me, but... I'm happy it wasn't like address or anything like that, but it was my full name. It was pretty
there was a guy named J-Roar, who I think goes by Jay now, who does Death by Daylight gameplay or whatever. He threatened to dox me when I was 16 and he was 28. He was like, yeah, I know where you live, because I had to file a copyright strike counter against him where I had to fill out my information. And he essentially tried to use that against me to say, hey, I'm going to try to dox you if you don't stop talking about me. And that being done here fucking pisses me off. If this snaggletooth, fucking receding hairline piece of shit really wants to do that, bro, I mean, that's grounds for reporting him on YouTube. Terms of service does not allow you to harass, dox, bully, none of that. So I'm just saying, if that really happened, and I did see some of the screenshots and some of the things where people are trying to reveal his name and say stuff like that, you could easily report this guy, and he could easily get taken off the platform like that. Yeah. So I'm not saying you should, but it's a possibility that if a lot of people went over to that guy's account and started,
here with Aaron. He dogs someone else. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Of reporting him, he could get taken down. And that would be such a misfortune. I don't think anybody would want that to happen. Anyway, Snaggle, I think that's too far, bro. If you're trying to like threaten doxing people, even if you didn't dox anybody, if you're threatening it and trying to present that as an argument, bro, you're just losing. At that point, that's how you know you're losing. When you're threatening to dox people, I can't tolerate that. He needs to suck a dick and he needs to man the fuck up. This guy was apparently in the military, bro. These military men are a bunch of fucking pussies. Honest to God. If that's how they act, now you're fucking giving a bad name to the veterans and to fucking Snyder cultists. It's insane. How can you do this at the same exact time? You know, I want to continue going off on this guy, and it is kind of weird. Ray Fisher's never working at WB again. Ben Affleck doesn't even want to play Batman. Henry Cavill is moving on. Ezra Miller is weird as fuck. I don't care about the legal shit. He's weird.
Yeah.
Whatever. Weird.
Yeah.
Ray Fisher's never working at WB again. Aquaman is now Lobo. All right. So what the fuck are we doing here? Why are we trying to restore something that's obviously not? Can we just give it up and go fucking be happy about something instead of trying to be miserable about everything? You know, James Gunn made a very good point on his threads. I don't have threads, but everybody's sending me posts and stuff about what he said when he responded to this guy. And he said this: if you see something toxic online, my advice would be don't interact with him. Attention only fans the flames of online toxicity. It's one of the reasons I'm primarily on this platform. It isn't because there are fewer toxic people here, although there seemingly are. Maybe I have to go to threads. It's because it started as an online culture more willing to let toxic personality in the back of the room shout himself hoarse and go away. When you shout back, you're making the voice relevant. You're giving it a sounding board. You are the midwife helping to birth that toxic voice into the world. You're helping to make a few thousand angry voices seem like millions. And to be clear, when I'm talking about toxicity, I'm talking about primarily about rage or cruelty. I'm not talking about not liking something or having a reasonable argument about things we like and don't. Anyway, forgive me for the PSA, but it's on my mind. Yeah, I bet it's on his mind because there's somebody trying to fucking come at him and try to like eye him down and stalk him at fucking Comic-Con. It would be on my mind too. So I don't blame James Gunn for, you know, coming out and trying to make that PSA, but it is a very important PSA. I think that honestly kind of changed my mind about a lot of these Snyder fans, and I hope that this is the last Snyder cultist YouTuber that I have to deal with. Are we live? Am I here? Wait a minute. Let me double check. Let me double check. I gotta see if I'm live, baby. How many people are here waiting? Got 4 people waiting. Chilling like a villain. Oh my God, that's me. That's me. You guys might hear some construction in the background. I apologize. That is going to happen from here until I don't know the fuck when. But in the meantime, welcome back, baby. I ain't changed a bit. There ain't nothing different about me except the fact that I'm hyped for Supergirl. I've seen like little screenshot stuff like that. Also, everybody that's here, if you try to do not donate. If you guys try to donate for this stream, might get copyrighted. So definitely, if you plan on donating anything like that, I appreciate it. But my Venmo is in the description. So if you want to donate at all for any reason, because there's always somebody that does that, definitely donate to my Venmo and not to this video. If you do it to a video, do it to like one of my previous videos on like a super chat. But do not donate here. Okay, the Supergirl trailer, it's here. Honestly, I'm pumped up. What's going on, Alua? What's going on, Dark Knight Morris, Stepdaddy? What's going on, Stepdaddy? I think I already said that. Everybody, I'm excited, bro. Let me just see if it's on. Okay, it's on. I'm excited. I don't know what I'm excited. Ones. All right.
And of course, I'm gonna skipping this because of course it's gonna.
We did hear the score yesterday on Twitter somewhere.
Yeah,
I gotta see Lobo again. I feel like I kind of didn't get to see like most of what was happening, but yeah, there's our first look at Lobo. He doesn't look bad at all. He doesn't look bad. He looks amazing. And then his charisma with what's his face? Fucking Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of the highlights. So I think Crypto got hurt somewhere. Vibes 100%. But you can't really even say that it's James Gunn ripping off his own shit because it's not even James Gunn that's directing this movie. This looks crazy though. I don't know if this is like Brainiac and this is Krypton being destroyed, or maybe it's Kandor being saved, like they're saving themselves somehow. Like I don't know what's really going on there. This is definitely Krypton.
Yeah.
There. Was that the audio for this shit? Oh shit. But this is Krypton 100%. And maybe we'll even see baby Kal-El too, which would be fairly interesting. This is definitely, what the fuck's going on here? It's like a funeral. It's very bizarre. I like the vibe of it though. It's a very, I want to say different Krypton, but yeah, it's almost like an Asgardian type of like vibe. You know what I mean? Very nice to see. Mm-hmm. And I'm not opposed to really this Guardians type of vibe. It's like, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy's little sister. That's a very, very good way of looking at it because that's exactly the vibe that I'm getting from this. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think that I'm actually going to like this movie a lot, specifically because it has that type of vibe. Will it deliver? I think so. I don't know. There's a lot of hype behind it. And a lot of people that have seen it are saying that it's really good. So I genuinely think that it will be a fairly good movie. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Who knows what the fuck happened to Crypto? And didn't one of the actors go to jail for like 6 months recently? I'm sorry. I thought that was one.
Yeah. Looks this one because he's doing this.
Superman fans cannot grow up. As a major Superman fan, I'm very curious to see where he's going with this. Original videos in the description, guys.
Good morning, goobers. I got a question. Are Snyder fans okay? Like, I'm not trying to be an armchair therapist, but they definitely don't seem well. Especially with James Gunn's Superman movie coming out, it seems like they're going into crisis mode. Oh my god, this movie has to flop or we'll lose our dream.
Okay. Okay, I can see where he's going with it so far. I think he's pretty funny, it seems. This is going to be pretty humorous. I do think that there are a lot of people that need this movie to fail. I don't even need it to succeed, to be honest. But I can't wait to see where he goes with this.
Snyderverse is going to die. There's nothing good in this world.
Facts. The Snyderverse already is dead, guys. It's gone. It's not coming back. While it's closed, it's going to make Snyderverse come back. It's not going to happen.
It's gotten so bad for the Snyder cult that they've been campaigning nonstop to bash this movie in the ground to make it look as bad as possible. And it's not going as well as they thought it would. On top of Snyder fans being completely deranged, other Superman fans are mad at this movie because it's good. I don't really know why they're upset. And with all this hate and all this comic nerd rage, you'd think some of them would understand what Superman is, right?
Yeah.
That's a really good point. I think, that's the funny thing, though. A lot of people that are hating on this movie, I feel like they're not actual Superman fans. I feel like they're fans of something else.
They don't.
So today we're going to be bullying all of them because the Superman movie was good and I need something to hate on.
Okay, so far, I think it's going to be funny where it's going. If you're a Snyder cultist, you might not like where this is going. But if you're just a regular Superman fan, you may be, you may like where it's going. I like the Snyderverse. I wish we had gotten it to continue. But I do think that you got to admit, it's over. It's over.
Hello, I'm back. I'm in the chair that makes me old. All right, beginning with everything they said before the movie came out, because they need to make it seem like this movie is going to completely flop, no matter how good it is. It's not their precious Zack Snyder, so they don't want anything to do with it.
Okay, you got to take this guy lighthearted. He's being humorous, and he's picked a focus point. I like the Snyder movies, but I could tell this is going to be a Snyder hater video. Let's just enjoy the ride.
Trailer came out. Snyder fans were quick to point out frames where Superman looked funny. And yeah, they're funny frames. I can't deny that. GG, the movie is terrible. But if you really want to play that game, let's go look at Man of Steel, BVS, Zack Snyder's Justice League. They're in there too, buddy. And this was their entire argument before the movie came out. Bro, look at this. This looks terrible. How could they possibly get away with this, bro?
I still can't understand the CGI, bad CGI comments. I don't understand it. I never understood it from the beginning. I didn't get it when I came out of Man of Steel back in 2013. You guys have heard me say this. I was disappointed in the way the graphics look because the Superman Returns plane scene looked better than anything in Man of Steel. So I still don't understand why people are saying that the CGI looks bad. It looks better than Man of Steel for sure, without a doubt.
Oh man, it looks fine. I don't really have anything to say about it. Can we like chill? And they go as far as to say that they copy and pasted the Flash's cinematography. And while yes, they look pretty similar, the difference is that one is a movie and the other is an anti-drug PSA.
Now that is some bad CGI. That looks like, back in like the old PlayStation days or something.
My favorite piece of cope going around is when a Snyder fan went to the store to look at the Superman toys to prove that the movie was gonna fail.
Okay, so it's 20 to 6.
I never saw this, guys.
Sunday, June 22nd. Okay, that's when I'm recording this. Barely 2 of them sold.
Oh no, he recorded this 3 weeks before the movie came out and before kids had any time to start caring about the movie. Whatever shall we do? He's ruined.
Look at here. Same. But there's hype, right? Oh yeah, there's a lot of hype.
I never even saw that one in my store.
Look at that one. Oh wait, no, that's Transformers. There's a lot of hype for Superman.
Guys, this movie is definitely cooked. Barely 2, definitely not 3 action figures have sold. There is 0 hype behind this movie. Oh, hold on a second. Yes? Oh, this movie had the second biggest opening weekend behind the Minecraft movie? Okay.
Yeah, you guys need to subscribe to this guy's channel. It's the first video I've ever seen of his. He is hilarious. Don't forget to subscribe to mine too. I'm funny.
I'm going to ignore that. There is 0 hype at all. He then goes on to make another video showing that there's more shelves full of toys.
Still don't believe me? Nobody cares, dude.
So true, Castello.
Still don't believe me?
Castello, I have a question though. Why don't you get a job? Try working for a change? Maybe go back to your family? Tell your children you love them?
You're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
There's also this tweet, which has to be a troll because I don't believe that it's actually true.
Went to my local Walmart and bought the very last Superman toy. Saw a kid crying because he was hoping to buy it. I felt bad for a second, but then realized he's a done fan. So I laughed at him and broke the toy in front of him.
What? That can't even be a true story. If that happened to my kid, let's just say I'm in Texas and we go around packing. I'm just kidding.
The funny thing about this is that this is the complete opposite of what the other tweet was trying to prove. Apparently there is hype because they're selling like hotcakes. But I cannot believe
that's a good point.
That this guy, this grown man, actually went to the store, bought the Superman toy out of spite, even though he's just giving Warner Brothers money, and laughed at the child because of some preconceived notion that this kid has chosen sides in this culture war.
It sounds like something a 12-year-old said trying to pretend to be an adult. It really does.
This guy goes on to point out the fact that they changed the color grading in some of the trailers for the movie during the press campaign, and he exaggerates it like they're changing the entire film. Shocker, they made the movie a bit more colorful. Is that a crime? And a ton of people were complaining about this scene when it was released during promos. And here's a tweet from Geeks and Gamers, which we'll get to them later. But they say this.
Not a super temper tantrum. I really want to like this movie, but these scenes aren't getting me excited.
Yeah, because Superman is famous for not being emotional. If we take a look at the Snyder Reddit page before it was deleted, we get this incredible protest against this movie. Make sure you're taking notes. Step 1 is to spoil the movie everywhere, which they must have forgotten to do. Because I got pretty much 0 spoiled from the movie, other than like some leaks that I read beforehand.
Now, granted, I did see it on the 8th, but also I wasn't really spoiled at all either. Nothing actually was I spoiled, except for what was in the trailers, if you want to call that a spoiler.
Snyder fans, you got to step up your game a bit. The second step is to review bomb, baby, which again, they must have forgotten to do because the scores look like this. Where's the bots, guys? Yep. I thought you guys were like good at that. This Reddit post even caught the eyes of James Gunn on Instagram, and he just commented by saying, "Lol, I think we'll survive," which is just brutal. Anyway, the movie came out and it actually ended up being pretty good. And the problem is that Snyder fans can no longer argue against the movie in good faith, and they have to fall back on box office numbers and pretty much just petty points that they use all the time that don't hold up to like 5 seconds of critical thinking. They're very quick to point out that Man of Steel, adjusted for inflation, outperformed this movie. Now, there's a couple problems with this comparison. Man of Steel was
adjusted for inflation is very misleading because some things are up 200%, some things are up 20%. It's very difficult to gauge whether or not the inflation numbers you're getting are accurate to how the ticket prices would be affected specifically.
Riding off the hype of the Dark Knight trilogy, and it was rumored that this movie was actually going to be canon to that universe. It was also the first true reboot of the IP in the last like 40 years. DC was in a pretty good place in terms of audience optics. Superman 2025, however, is coming off of the failure of the entire DCEU, a universe that culminated in absolutely nothing happening and dying in the dark.
I will say, with Zack Snyder's cut, it was getting pretty good. I mean, it wasn't the kind of Superman I wanted to see. I hated that it was like I couldn't figure out if Superman was going to be evil or not. And I know people have said, oh, he said that it wasn't, that Superman. It was like an alternate, whatever. They changed script stuff so much. It could have ended up being completely different. Back to the Future originally, I think, was a refrigerator and a monkey instead of a dog and a car.
Yeah.
Side note.
Justice League movie that bombed twice, and a cast of characters who lacks any character. They haven't been doing well with general audiences at all. And for the past 5 years, the industry has been fighting tooth and nail against this superhero fatigue. So with all that said, Superman 2025 is doing pretty well right now. But none of this really matters because box office...
There are a lot of factors at play, like superhero fatigue, possibly. I'm not sure if I believe it or not. There's also help me out here, guys. Post-COVID ticket sales. Movies just haven't been doing as good since COVID in general.
Numbers and how much a movie makes is irrelevant to the movie's actual quality. Transformers 1 is the best Transformers.
Oh, not to mention, a bunch of you have been telling me from other countries that a lot of your people, you're just not going to movies. Several of you have told me that from different countries, and I'm not surprised. I'm really not. I mean, it's not that surprising at all.
Movie ever made, and it didn't even gross $5. Now, some people, like ultra biased Snyder fan here, is quick to point out that 2 years before Man of Steel came out, Green Lantern was released, and this somehow proves the DC is at its peak argument that I just made. All I can say to that is that there's a difference between one movie coming out being bad, and
I never saw a Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern. Never saw it.
Several movies coming out destroying the reputation of an entire studio and a cinematic universe. So let's see some of these arguments that ultra biased Snyder fan and other Snyder bros have been making in regards to the movie itself.
Okay, before he gets into this, I want to know from you guys if you think that his points are valid or if he's just a gun bro that's just going off on a tantrum. Let me know what you think in the comments.
More people died in this 1 minute of Man of Steel clip than the last 10 DC movies combined. Stakes are no longer a thing in CBM filmmaking where world-ending events are happening and the thesis is good versus evil. Evil ain't eviling.
So I don't know if Ultra knows this, but just because people die doesn't mean the movie is good. Oh my god, I forgot to put my glasses on. How will they know if I'm smart? If anything, the problem in Man of Steel is that people are dying and Superman is either not doing anything to stop it or directly contributing to the destruction of Metropolis. Then there's this guy named Stem who forgot that the city was evacuated during the movie. The evacuation of Metropolis is shown to be pretty fast considering they're evacuating an entire city, but there's a couple things to defend this. One is that I think evacuation would be pretty common given how much happens in this city alone. So
that's a good point. Evacuation probably is pretty common in this comic book universe where things are constantly getting destroyed.
I could see Metropolis doing yearly drills to learn how to evacuate more efficiently.
That's not Metropolis, that's Baravia.
And there's also the point that people are still evacuating by the time Superman is fighting Ultraman. So I'd say it's safe to say that Superman is purposely only fighting in the parts of the city that have already been evacuated. But ignoring that, this main argument does...
Is that a stretch, guys? Let me know in the comments. Is that a stretch?
Doesn't even matter.
I mean, he literally was holding a building over a woman driving a car. So it wasn't completely evacuated.
It brings me back to the point in Man of Steel. People dying is not the problem. It's Superman when he's not doing anything to stop it. What can Superman do here? True. The city is splitting in half. Stem then makes this argument about the Justice Gang, which some people have agreed with and spoke.
That scene was so hard to watch with the poking him in the eye.
Spoke about this as well.
Supposed heroes torturing a creature that was just panicking about being in unfamiliar surroundings while Superman enables
it. That was what I loved about that scene, was how he was doing his best to get everybody to listen to him and be like, you don't have to do it this way. It's something else we can do.
If Snyder did this, y'all would call him a terrorist.
Just to make this more clear, because they clearly didn't watch the movie or are just refusing to understand it. In the scene itself, the Justice Gang are depicted to be wrong. In the eyes of Superman, aka the main character, the Justice Gang needlessly harms the kaiju and kills it without considering other options. Yeah. This is like elementary levels of character dynamics. Open the schools. Stem also says this.
There is nothing remotely as hopeful as this scene in the entire Superman 2025 movie.
Is that from Justice League?
Which is a scene he's referencing from the Snyder Cut when Superman puts on the black suit. And other than aura farming, this scene really doesn't do that much. Where Superman actually allows Superman to be a character. There are so many scenes of this movie that out-hope the Snyder Cut. You got the interview scene.
I will say that the Snyder Cut did a good job of, well, I'll say Man of Steel did a good job of using the word hope, but it didn't really convey it to us very well.
Yeah. With Lois, the Pa Kent scene, the building catch scene, the Lex versus Superman scene, this movie is hope maxing. And it is
some of that was a little cheesy. His speech, some people love it, some people hate it. You know, it was, I don't know.
It's undeniable. But Stem is just a guy who hates fun because look at this.
If this is true.
So it's really hard to tell if he is able to look at this in an unbiased way. I can't really tell if he's just like Snyder bro hating or not. Because honestly, you know, I like the Snyder movies a lot and I wanted to see it completed. And I don't even know if he cares. I can't tell really.
People adopting a dog because they saw one in a movie is very dangerous, TBH.
Is bro against people wanting?
Yeah, that is a weird thing to complain about.
Dogs. Is bro just against whimsy? I hate to be that guy, but it truly looks like you just hate fun. There's also this post about the canon change in the universe.
Guns jaw is a disgrace and disgusting. Donners, help the people of Earth, my son. Snyders, do not let them make the same mistakes as us.
Okay, I think that scene we're not done with. First of all, Jor-El was evil in Smallville. Okay, it's not the first time it's been done. Yeah. Second of all, I feel like Brainiac altered that or something. We're going to find out something about that message. I really, really think that there's going to be something come out about that. Maybe in Supergirl, because think about it. Supergirl would know that they were going to send him to
or
conquer. She was.
Supergirl doesn't need to already know because she was a teenager at the time and she's a cousin, not a sister. So she was probably away whenever that footage was being made. And it depends on if Supergirl's parents have the same mentality, you know. If Supergirl's parents had the thought of like her taking over or Clark taking over or whatever, because she was sent to take care of Clark. And it is possible that Superman's biological parents didn't know that Supergirl's gonna show up. You know, they probably didn't know that Supergirl was sent to help.
sent to protect him. You know what I'm saying? Like, something's going to come out about that. Something's going to come out.
Them hoes.
Argument of adaptation. It does not matter. Also, this is incredibly misleading because in the actual movie, Jor-El doesn't actually tell him to people. I think I'd actually go further than this. Can I have a hot take? Is this a safe space for me? I like this version of Jor-El, and honestly, it might be my favorite version of all time.
Okay, now I feel like we're getting a little too... I have not heard a single person say that their favorite version of Jor-El is from this movie. Not a single person. It reminds me of whenever I've never heard anybody say that Henry Cavill and Amy Adams had great chemistry. I've maybe seen that like once in a comment, and I could tell right there, okay, this person's just going to love it no matter what. They just have a bias. This is making me want that's your favorite Jor-El. We barely saw any of them. He was mostly speaking in a foreign language, and he was evil. That's your favorite? You know what I mean? Like, what? What?
Sick and tired of this dumb AI bot of Clark's father walking around the fortress and telling him what to do. It's
why? Why are you sick and tired of that? That is literally starting to become possible. Like, we literally have the technology now where you can take, like, if somebody does YouTube videos like this all the time, you can take that, you can get AI to break that down and actually make that person's personality an AI bot. And then you can go and pair that with a VR headset, and you can get a VR avatar and actually have your own Jor-El walking around in your own space, virtual wise. This is not crazy. Like this is actually possible to do now. We could have somebody who's passed away with a YouTube channel get turned into an AI bot on your virtual headset and be able to do that with the technology that we have right now. So I don't agree with him. I like him. He's humorous, but I don't agree with that at all.
It's boring and, most importantly, lame. It's honestly my
now I don't like him.
Least favorite thing in the Superman mythos.
What? I gotta let him talk.
Doesn't mean anything to Superman, and that's what I like about this movie because it clearly
doesn't mean.
He takes a stance on the fact that Pa Kent is a bigger influence and bigger part of Clark's life because he actually raised him.
Yes, this is true. This is true.
Yeah.
But he does go and get counsel from his Kryptonian father because he has access to him through this virtual avatar. Okay? Like, I feel like now we're just getting mad at it to get mad at it. I don't know.
No. His name is not Kal-El. That name means nothing to him. His name is Clark Kent.
Okay. Now you're just throwing stuff in his words in his mouth. He loves his name Kal-El because it was his given name. It means his parents cared about him and loved him and wanted to send. He's not forgetting the fact that they actually were all dying, and his dad did everything he could in spite of the council, in spite of everything else, to save him. He's going to look up to those people. You know what I'm saying? They didn't save themselves. Now we're just getting ridiculous.
Also, I was sent this tweet that Sheev Talks found, and it's just so funny.
Imagine if that money went to cancer research instead.
Like, what do you want? Like the guy got paid. Like, what? I don't even know.
Yeah, that's stupid. You get what you pay for. If you want to pay somebody $100,000 to direct a movie that costs $325 million, you screwed up. You screwed up. You're gonna get what you paid for.
I don't know how to respond to that. Like, breaking news: a really, really good director got paid a lot of money. What's the matter with that? But actually, if we do a little research,
Tim Burton got, I think, $1 million or $2 million for not even directing his Superman movie. He just got signed a contract where he just got money just to participate.
We can search that Zack Snyder made around $14 million for making Man of Steel. And if we really want to be pushy and play this adjusted for inflation game, then he made significantly more than James Gunn.
I notice he has no Superman stuff behind him, so I don't consider him a true Superman fan. You want to be a true Superman fan like me and have all this merch? Go down to the description. Go to my Amazon store. I've got just Superman stuff listed all over there, all kinds of stuff, even stuff I don't have. You can be just like this and not look like this guy who's starting to make me a little angry.
So what game are we playing here, guys? Do we really want to go down this rabbit hole of saying, oh, the movie we should have been sending me. Shut up. I want to talk about Geeks and Gamers for a second because they went on to Piers Morgan's show. And if you don't know who he is, he's a British rat who moved to America and at best has no real opinions of his own and just invites people on his show so that they can make the content for him. And in this video,
oh no, he's got opinions.
He does that exact thing because he hasn't even watched Superman. He brings on Geeks and Gamers along with Nerdrotic and Chris Gore, but the crazy guest is Dean Cain, a previous actor for Superman.
Don't start knocking Dean Cain. Okay, Dean Cain is a great guy. He's very caring. He's a policeman.
Who is in Lois and Clark.
You know, the idea they start talking politics and Superman is an immigrant. Superman's actually a refugee and was adopted and assimilated into American culture.
I've not actually seen this. I've heard people talking about it.
Hey, Dean, what category do you think that falls under? Think really hard about that. Do you just think they aren't that thing? Are we?
I get his separation. An immigrant is just someone who comes from another country, and a refugee is someone who doesn't have much other choice because where they're at is like falling to pieces, which is what happened with Superman. I get what he's saying there. I still think that a refugee, it's kind of like all thumbs are fingers, but not all fingers are thumbs. You know what I'm saying? Because a refugee is an immigrant, but an immigrant isn't necessarily a refugee.
Just going to ignore the meaning of words?
Words do still have meaning.
I did not like this movie at all. This movie drove me crazy because Superman is very weak in the movie, and he's
not weak. He's not weak. Let me say it again. He's not weak. He's just not. First of all, he's not at 100% most of the movie. He's not. He's pretty powerful. Holding up a building is very powerful. And I mean, I don't like this that we keep saying weak. James Gunn started it. He said he was weaker. You know, he started it. But it's not that he's weak. He's the most powerful man in the world. That is made clear in the movie. But I don't know. It caught on, and people just kept parroting it because they can't think for themselves.
Always in a defensive state.
I'm not sure if there's anything wrong with that. And in fact, I'd say that that's how most heroes operate. If a hero just starts attacking people for no good reason, he is no longer a hero. Jeremy, do you not understand that? Also, this men are weak agenda that he's trying to push is also not true because Superman punches a guy's teeth out, among other things, and Mr. Terrific takes out an entire camp's worth of soldiers.
I will point out, Crypto is why he punched the teeth out. Crypto ripped that mask off that dude. He thought he was going to be protected, but he wasn't. So it wasn't necessarily that Superman was just being brutal.
You playing on your phone?
No, I'm not playing on my phone. I'm taking care of business. I'm not studying what you're talking about.
When you start to pick it apart, it actually has
that threw me off.
A lot of elements where every man in this movie is weak and he cries.
Guy Gardner doesn't cry. Mr. Terrific doesn't cry. Jimmy Olsen doesn't cry. Seems like you didn't watch the movie, Jeremy. Also, later,
he may not have. I don't know. I mean, they said Dean Cain didn't watch the movie. He may not have. I have no idea.
Morgan talks about Top Gun and how manly that movie is. But look what happens in that movie.
I don't know how. I'm a fighter pilot.
Tom Cruise cries? Is it woke now? Is it a little too liberal for your conservative eyes? Or look at the greatest trilogy ever made that these people constantly remind you of.
They will look for his coming from the White Tower, but he will not return.
It's true, that's crazy.
Aragorn cries, Frodo cries, Sam cries, Gimli cries. Are they a bunch of crybabies now? Are they no longer men? Back in my day, all men did was look in the camera stoically, beat
Christopher Reeve cried,
eat women, and die the true American way.
He's never like stoic. He's never a person that commands the moment. This is Superman. When Superman is in your presence, you should be in awe of that moment at all times. And half the time, they're treating him like...
I don't know who that guy in the red is. I don't know who that is. I only know the guy in the center. I know Dean Cain, and I do know Piers Morgan. But I don't know the guys on the right. That they're probably famous YouTubers. I don't know.
He's the dumb jock in school, but we have to kind of respect him because he can throw the football far.
Superman does not need to command the moment because he already has it. If someone is actively trying to be a big and strong person, then they probably aren't big and strong. And the thing about the Superman is that he doesn't want to be taken seriously. He's the Boy Scout in blue who makes cheesy, borderline embarrassing jokes and owns it. Because when he tries to be cool and mysterious and ominous, he knows that the people that he's directly trying to defend, protect, and save are going to be afraid of him. This is only like 6 minutes of the video so far, but I want to move on to Nerdotic's coverage of this movie because it's not good. It takes 6, dare I say 7 minutes for him to actually start talking about the movie. He outlines the DCEU's failure as long as he can, and then he goes on to complain about paid shills with 2 minutes of tweets on.
He leads it on for a long time and then finally reaches it probably in the middle of the freaking video.
Screen that I just skipped. Nobody cares. Nerdotic.
I think I'm going to end it right there, guys. He's really going on a thing, and I see where he's going. He's completely Snyder Bro bashing. I don't necessarily like to Snyder Bro bash because I like Man of Steel. There's Henry Cavill right there. He's up there. He's in all sorts of places. I like.
Things over. I'm just gonna bye. I gotta go and see you next stream. I'm just gonna finish up. That was pretty fun, and bye bye.